Hi, everyone. I'm Lisa Copeland, and I'm a dating coach for women in their 50s, 60s, and 70s. And I help them successfully find love at this time in their life. And I'm so excited to be here with you as part of the 60 and Me community. And I look forward to giving you all kinds of tips about dating so you can be successful at finding the right man to share your heart and life with. On today's video, we're going to be talking about deal breakers. Are deal breakers keeping you from finding true love? So it actually really starts with defining what a deal breaker is. And these are the qualities a man either has or comes to the dating table with that you can't tolerate in your life. And I'll tell you, men have deal breakers too when it comes to dating. But the difference is men honor their deal breakers. You'll see this when a man has been in a relationship with a woman for years but won't marry her. It's likely she has a deal breaker and he doesn't consider her suitable for marriage. But he does see her as someone he can be with and have fun and date. Now, we as women, though, we have a tendency not to honor our deal breakers. And what we do is we think that if we love a man enough or he loves us enough, we can change him and all will be well in our world. But this isn't true. Men don't change unless they want to change. But you might think to yourself, I just love him so much. Well, if this is the case and he has a deal breaker, you aren't honoring yourself and you will be settling. And many women choose to settle. Why? Because they're afraid that they're not going to find another man, that no one out there is as good as this man, the man with the deal breaker. And all this type of thinking does is take you to a place of scarcity and makes you afraid that you won't find someone else. And that again leads to settling. With our age group leading the pack with the highest divorce rate, there is actually an abundance of men out there for you to date. And you can find them on mainstream websites, and you'll see thousands of men in your area just out in real life every single day. And they too are looking for the right woman to share their heart and life with, just like you are. But let's get back to deal breakers. Let's take a moment and talk about some common deal breakers. The first one is pets. We have wonderful pets in our lives, and you're going to want a man who's going to treasure your pet as much as you do. Children. Are you okay with adult children or minor children living with a man you're interested in? And if they're minor children, are you willing to deal with the teenage years again, especially if your kids are now adults? When I got into my second marriage, second husband had minor children, and my children they were already in college. And as a result, I was dealing with these teenage issues again. And I was very fortunate. I got along with their mother, and I did not try and be a parent to these children. I was just a friend. But I have to say, after we divorced, that became a deal breaker for me. And I wouldn't date a man if he had minor children. And smokers. Well, I got to tell you on this one, I once had a boyfriend who just adored me. I'd never had a man look at me with gaga eyes like this man did. And I was pretty taken in by it. But he smoked. And I said to him, this is a deal breaker for me. I can't tolerate the smoke. So he used to go outside and he would put a hoodie on and then he would smoke on the side of my house. And then he'd come back in and wash his face. But truthfully, I realized I couldn't do that. I just couldn't be with someone who smoked because I could not tolerate the scent of smoke on someone. And you still smell it even with the hoodie and washing his face. The next deal breaker is religion. You want to think if you need a man in your life who shares your religious beliefs. And if you need a man to go to either church or temple with you on a regular basis. Alcohol use is another deal breaker for some. Are members of Alcoholics Anonymous or non drinkers okay for you to date? I had a friend who said to me, I would never date a woman. This is a male friend who said, I would never date a woman who wouldn't have a glass of wine with me at the end of the day. So you want to think about alcohol use and also marijuana use. It's legal in many states. Is this okay for you? Another deal breaker is differences in sexual behavior. You want to ask yourself, are you looking for a full blown 50 Shades of Grey relationship? Or are you the kind of person who wants to have sex once a year or on your birthday or something in between? Also, a big deal breaker are money issues and the differences that money creates. Do you want him to pay for everything? Or can he be financially responsible for just his side and you for yours? Or is there some type of compromise here as well? Take some time to clear your head and really think about the specifics of your deal breakers and what each one really means to you. I guarantee whatever deal breakers you skip over now will turn into major conflicts in your relationship at a later date. So it's better for you to know what your deal breakers are and whether or not he has them before you get too far into a relationship. And while you're thinking about it, why don't you take a few moments and write your own deal breaker list? And as you get to know a man, refer back to this list to see if he has the qualities on it that it takes to be with you. And remember, if a healthy long term relationship is what you really desire in your life, then you'll want to choose a man who doesn't have the deal breakers you put on your list. Okay, now it's your turn. What are some of your deal breakers? Post them below because I know everybody would like to have an idea if they feel like their deal breakers are the only ones out there. So post them in the comments below. And also let me know if you had a situation with a man you dated and a deal breaker. Okay. I look forward to reading them. And if no one has told you yet today, you are enough. So believing in you. Lots of hugs.